Hi, this is Abby Bird with my week 3 commentary. I thought this week's readings were super interesting. The first one is on Honor. I'm not quite sure how to say her name. In her book, In Praise of Slowness, Challenging the Cult of Speed. And she starts off by giving a story about, I think she was in Europe and something had got delayed and she just sat and enjoyed the time that she got back from that. And just appreciated the slowness and slowing down and having time to herself. And then she fast forwards, I think it was 20 years later, and she's in the airport and one of her flights gets delayed and she just is fidgety and anxious to fill that time with something that would feel of use, or just that she wasn't wasting time. So she starts off with that. And then the first chapter is called Do Everything Faster. And she mentioned something really interesting that was stuck out to me. It's Henry Ulrich's book. It's called A Cityless and Countryless World, and it's a utopia or a dystopia where time becomes so precious that it starts to be used as currency. I just hope to read that because it actually sounds really good. And then this is another thing that was mentioned in her book, is time sickness. And it's the obsessive belief that time is getting away and there isn't enough. And then another quote that I just took from it is, she started every chapter with a quote, which I really liked. She said, for fast-acting relief from stress, try slowing down. And then the last thing that I got from it, which was another quote, was Jeremy Rifkin, who's an American economist, and he said, a battle is brewing over the politics of time. And that was in 1987, and I just can't imagine, it's so much more now, in my opinion. I think in the workplace, it's going to be a huge thing, because that's, from what I hear, is the most important benefit to people now. At least of my age. I know it'll probably change as I got older. And then the next readings were Hall's The Hidden Dimension, Proxemics in a Cross-Cultural Context. The first chapter we read was Germans, English, and French, and then Japan and the Arab world, and he just talked more about his experiences in those countries. Moving on to Levine's A Geography of Time, the Temporal Misadventures of a Social Psychologist. And this was super interesting. He did a bunch of tests, hypotheses and stuff. So chapter 6 was Where is Life Faster? And he gauged it using 3 different speeds that he identified, because he tried to find something that would satisfy all types. So he designated walking speed, work speed, and public clock accuracy. And walking speed is just when people are walking in the city. And then the second, work speed, is how fast postal clerks were able to transact stamps. And the last one is the public clock accuracy. And then this was very interesting to me. Western Europe had the highest, most fast pace. And then Mexico and other non-industrialized countries were listed near the bottom. And they said, I think it was Costa Rica or Puerto Rico, they said that it's expected that people will be late. I'm super surprised by this, and it would make me, I'm pretty timely, so that would drive me nuts, but I wish I could care less about it. And then the next chapter was Health, Wealth, and Happiness and Charity. And I really like the way that they define speed, which was the rate at which we move and the high pressure at which we work. And then he went on, he broke down the U.S. cities. A type A city is fast, and then he did say that there's a correlation to chronic tension and heart disease, which is really alarming. But surprisingly, I live in Kansas City. Kansas City was at the top of the speed, the fast list, and then in the top 10 of both of the willing to help list, which I loved because I think that's so true about this city. And then, interestingly enough, I know I'm running out of time, but the Japan's contradiction I thought was really good. And when he opened the chapter, he said the only way, this is their beliefs in Japan, the only way to go beyond work is through work. It is not work itself that is valuable. We surmount work by work. The real value of work lies in the strength of self-denial. And I feel like there's a lot of things to unpack in there. But thank you.